Hey there, Tamir from Fibonacci-Traders.com, your daily market recap, January 2nd, 2024. Like, subscribe, stay tuned. Let's see what SPY and friends brought us today. SPY closed the day with a doji after a red opening. Gap to the downside. If we zoom in to the 15 minutes time frame, we can clearly see a gap to the downside, bounce, went down, and then in the last 15 minutes, bulls woke up, but on the 15 minutes we are still in a downtrend, as we can see. High, lower high, lower high, low, lower low, lower low, and we can take trend lines to help us identify the trend on the 15 minutes downtrend. This is how it looks on the daily. Always zoom in, zoom out, get a better point of your price action. So overall, SPY opened 2024 with a doji, indecision in the market. You can also take Fibonacci, recent low, recent high. To the downside, we have all these levels below 468. In my opinion, we will see 454 to the downside. Only a break up above this orange trend line, above this area, the 477, 479 area. As you can see, this orange trend line was a tough resistance over here, July's highs. Now, also over here, tough resistance, but it's still higher highs until proven otherwise. And this is how we opened 2024 on Fibonacci Traders Premium Room. We took short pre-market. According to the US 500, according to the futures, we took short. And it went very, very well also into hours. So if you want to join Fibonacci Traders community of professional traders that we are all speaking the same language, we share ideas, day trading ideas, swing trading ideas, option trading ideas. Check the links in the description below. Join us and you will become professional trader during 2024. QQQ, 1.7% to the downside. 400 is holding a support. We have a gap to the upside. This gap will get filled. It's a matter of time. We also have another gap at the 380. It's pretty far, but never say never. Just follow price. No one knows. No one knows where price might be heading next. We have this trend line that helps us to identify that as long as price is holding above this trend line, we are good to go long. Is it a good time to go long on the Qs? In my opinion, we need to wait. Wait for a bounce off this white trend line, or wait for 2-3 days above the 407. Of course, everything you see and hear on my channel and on my videos is for educational purposes only. You know the drill. Follow to get ideas. But in the end of the day, it's your money. Take care of your money. Dow Jones. This is why we always say it's a great example of why trend lines are the true support resistance for price action, and more, they are the roadmap for future price action. As you can see, this orange road, orange channel is holding the price. Price is still on the left lane of this road. Relative strength on the Dow, very good. IWM 0.6% to the downside today with the doji from the left lane of this uptrend channel now into the right lane of this uptrend channel, but it's still an uptrend. We have this gap. This gap needs to get filled. It's a matter of days, in my opinion, until this gap will get filled, and then touch on this trend line, gap getting filled, and then next leg up. And as long as price of IWM is inside this road, we are good to go long. XLV, very, very long time. We have been waiting for the XLV to break above the 136 area. This 136 area, very tough resistance since December of 2022. 1 year of a tough resistance. Broke up above also this trend line. Now next resistance is the 141, and as you can see, we follow price, we use support, resistance, and trend lines, of course, on multi-time frames. This is how XLV is looking on the weekly. Clean the chart. Next resistance 140, and then all-time highs at the 144. You can take Fibonacci. Above 139 we will see 140, 141, and then 143 to the upside. In-depth candlestick analysis, trend lines, Fibonacci, multi-time frames. This is how you become a professional trader. If you want, only if you want, you're more than welcome to join Fibonacci Traders one-on-one live mentorship program with me, English or Hebrew, or pre-recorded. Same program, pre-recorded, English or Hebrew, both programs, lifetime access. Why? Because I'm committed to you. If you take one of these paths, one of these programs, it shows me that you are committed to yourself and you are committed to your financial freedom. This is why I give lifetime access of support, guidance, and all Discord channels. Lifetime access because I am and I will be committed to you, and I will be committed to your success. Check the links in the description below. Join today and take your financial freedom today. Don't wait for tomorrow. Don't wait for next year. Don't wait for next month. Start thinking about your future today. Bitcoin breaking above the 44,500 now. 47 and then 50 to the upside. Ethereum, same thing. 24 still holding as resistance, as you can see. Very tough resistance. No need Fibonacci. All we need is look left, identify previous support and resistance area, where price came from, where price might be heading next with the highest probability. We also have trend lines to help us to identify. Some will call it rising wedge. Breaking above this red trend line, where price of Ethereum might be heading next. You can look left, identify, and train your eyes where price might be heading left next. 2670, 3000, and then 3500. But if you're lazy, perfectly fine. We have Fibonacci to help us. Above this area, the 2400, we are heading towards the 2540, 2745, and then 35 to the upside. It doesn't matter what you want to trade, whether it's futures, crypto, forex, stocks, day trading, swing trading, long, short. It all comes down, commodities, it all comes down to candlestick analysis, Fibonacci support resistance, and trend lines on multi-time frames. That's it. Once you know all this combination, you can trade whatever you want without trusting anyone else to tell you what to do, where to buy, what to buy. Trust yourself. It's your money. Trust yourself alone. Gold, we are waiting for a break above the 2090, and then we will see 2150 to the upside. Crude oil, continuation on its road south. You know this road, you know these trend lines. We drew them few weeks back, and we are still heading south. We are on the left lane of this road, breaking below, going to the right lane, and the road takes us south until proven otherwise. KRE going south towards this gap. This gap needs to get filled. You know that more than 85-90% of all gaps will get filled throughout time, and for bulls, the sooner the better. And looks like this gap on the KRE wants to get filled very soon, maybe even during this week. Bounce off this trend line, and then next leg up. XLU also very tight watch list. Once again, getting very close to this orange resistance area. Look left, goes way back to April of 2022. Now, if XLU will break up and above, we are good to go long. And when I say we, Fibonacci traders community, then we can take Fibonacci. Fibonacci will let us know where price might be heading next once it breaks above this resistance area. Natural gas futures still going down. Nothing much on the natural gas. If you're looking to go long, no long in my opinion, only above 286. Short continuation below 250 towards the 225, and then to the downside. SOXX got smacked today, 3.6% to the downside. We have now a gap to the upside and so many gaps to the downside. Let me know in the comments below, what do you think, where SOXX is heading next? Long continuation as SOXX, only first I want to see this gap getting filled, then I want to see the 566 holding a support, and then we can start once again our long position on SOXX. Short continuation below 552, and this gap, the 521, will get filled. Let me know, what do you think? Which gap will get filled first on SOXX? 573 or 523? Super interesting to know, what do you think? And you have this trend line to help you make decision. XLE still struggling. Let's clean the chart. We don't even need Fibonacci to show us that we are under a very tough resistance. This red line, 85, 86 area, very tough resistance. If bulls of XLE will give up, and eventually they will give up, this gap and this trend line will get retested. Hit the like, hit the subscribe. Let's grow this channel together. Let's help more traders become better traders each and every day. Apple, massive gap to the downside. I don't remember this kind of red day on Apple long time ago, but if you saw a few days ago, pre-market preparations, black swan event incoming, here we are. Black swan event is here. 186 is holding, below it 182, 180 and 173. We did not have since September, we did not have this kind of red day on Apple. Apologize for my voice, got a little cold. It's -5, -6 here in China, super cold. AMD 6% to the downside, still on the right lane of an uptrend channel. Is it a good time to go long on AMD? In my opinion, look left, and then you will see what you're looking for. You are looking for this kind of bounce of this trend line. Then, once you see this kind of bounce, you can start your long position once again on AMD. If you're already long on AMD, below this trend line, it's time to say goodbye for long on AMD and take your money or your loss and go look for other opportunities. Tesla, inside this broadening formation, closed the day with a doji. Now let's take Fibonacci, swing low, swing high, and look at this, 50% retracement from this uptrend, held doji of a 50% usually signals a trend reversal. In this case, we might get some kind of a bounce towards the 256. 256 is a very tough resistance if you're looking to go long on Tesla, and you're not long yet, in my opinion, only above 256. If you're already long, below this low, if it was me, this is where I would put my stop loss. Shopify 5% to the downside, but as you can see, Fibonacci is holding strong and gives us everything that we need for support and resistance. 73 from support, resistance, now once again support, below it 71.40, and below 71.40 we are heading straight back to 64, closing this gap at the 62. Always prepare for both sides, because as you can see, no one knows what will happen next. All these statistics that shows us last 7 days of the year, first 8 days of the year, all these kind of statistics doesn't mean anything. The only thing truly matters is price action. We have a gap at the 77.20. Shopify, long, in my opinion, only above 80. Meta 2.2% to the downside. When was the last time we had this kind of candle? November. This one here, 2%. This one here. But as you can see, you know these two purple zones, this resistance zone and this support zone. We drew these two zones, these trend lines, way back, few weeks back, still holding. Very nice. Resistance, support. Now, if you want to go long on Meta, what should you look for? Look left. Some kind of this kind of bounce. Bounce, bounce, bounce. So, look for similar price action. Google 1.1% to the downside, relative strength for the rest of the market on Google. Back into the right lane of this uptrend channel. Doji, multiple dojis to the downside. Let's see where Google might be heading next. Also bounced off the 50% retracement. Long continuation. If you want to go long, only a day or two above this area over here, and then you can use Fibonacci, trend lines, and ATR as your risk management. And if you don't know how to manage risk, first you need to stop trading. First and foremost, if you don't know how to manage risk, if you don't know how to play stop loss, please, for your own sake, for your own bank account, stop trading. Then go to the Fibonacci Academy playlist, look for how to use ATR, how to use Fibonacci, how to manage risk. You have 27 or 28 videos already in the Fibonacci Academy playlist. It's free. Check it out on my YouTube channel. Each video no longer than 15 minutes. But if you watch only one video every day, you will get the fundamentals of how to become a better trader on the technical side and on the psychology behind trading. So check it out. Netflix with 3.8% to the downside, going towards this gap at the 455 and then touch on the 450, and then we might look for the bounce back up, because overall we have higher lows, higher highs on Netflix. So one candle, and it doesn't matter how big or how intimidating this candle is, it's one candle. It's only one candle. One candle does not change the overall sentiment, and the overall sentiment is Netflix is in an uptrend, but first we have this broadening formation. A very nice broadening formation on Netflix. Gap is on this lower border of this broadening formation, closing the gap, bounce of this orange trend line, and then back up. Amazon 1.3% to the downside, holding inside this yellow uptrend channel. Let's see, can we get a bounce same as we did here, same as we did here, and then we can start once again our long on Amazon, in my opinion, only above 153, and then we can start taking long once again on Amazon. Nvidia breaking below an uptrend channel, uptrend line, but as we said, one candle does not change the overall sentiment, but the sentiment on Nvidia does not look good. 2.8% almost to the downside. We have a double top on the weekly time frame, and we have a double top on a daily time frame. Double top inside double top. It's never a good sign for bulls. Nvidia, for now, until proven otherwise, is going south. 474 needs to hold, otherwise 456, below 456, this gap at the 424 will get filled. Don't be surprised if it will. Microsoft, 1.4% to the downside, but as we say, one candle does not change the overall sentiment. And the overall sentiment on Microsoft is purely no sentiment. Moving sideways since beginning of November. As you can see, 365 support, 377 resistance. So what are we going to do? We need to ask ourselves, what if? What if price will break above the 377? We can start taking our long position and add to this long position above 383. What if Microsoft will break below the 365? We can start our short on Microsoft. Breaking below 360, 360.80, we can add to this short position. So I hope you found this video helpful. If you did, like, subscribe, don't forget the notification bell because we are going live each and every trading day, 8:30 a.m. Eastern Time. Until then, stay safe.